what we will do now is we will quickly revise what we did, not all the derivation, but main points. Okay, so look here. When you have two capacitors or three capacitors in series, so when we say it is in series, the point is when you go from one terminal to the other terminal, there should be no junction. There should be no junction. So as I go from one terminal to the other terminal, I should find no junction for the charge to divide. During the charging process, I don't want charge to divide anywhere. Okay, so if you connect a battery, it is not very strong, no? So if you connect a battery, what happens is, suppose this is the positive terminal, this is the negative terminal. Okay, so what happens is from the positive terminal, imagine plus Q charge is coming, plus Q charge. Then that plus Q charge will be deposited on this plate. Why it will not go? Because this medium is dielectric, insulator. So the charge cannot flow. So the plus Q charge will deposit here. Then this plus Q will repel plus Q from here. So this is neutral plate. If you remove plus Q, it will become minus Q. That plus Q will come and deposit here. Similarly, this plus Q will repel plus Q from here. Sorry, it will repel plus Q, so it will become minus Q. And that plus Q will come here. Similarly, this plus Q will repel plus Q, and this plate will become minus Q. So you can see in series, each capacitor should have same charge. Each capacitor should have same charge. Now notice something very important. Before I connected the battery, there was no charge anywhere. So if I don't connect the battery, there is no charge anywhere, right? Okay. Now look, this part of the capacitor, this is isolated. This is isolated. Yes or no? This part of the capacitor is not connected to battery at all, right? So since this is isolated, you know from first chapter that for isolated system, total charge should be conserved. So right now the total charge here is 0 right now. So when you connect a battery, if this gets plus Q and this gets minus Q, this must get plus Q. This must be plus Q. So that total charge minus Q plus Q will still be 0. So this is some detail that if you know, it is better. Otherwise also you have understood, right? Why in series every capacitor should have same charge. Now what you can do is you can replace this 3 capacitor by 1 capacitor, so that when you connect the same battery, the battery should not know the difference. Meaning whatever charge was coming from here, same charge should come here also. So this will be Q minus Q. Okay, students? So please remember, I am requesting all of you, in series, charge in each capacitor will be same, and it will be same as on the equivalent capacitor. This is your equivalent capacitor, which we write CS. And how to calculate CS? If you know C1, C2, C3, how to calculate? Formula is 1 by CS equals to 1 by C1, 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. So please remember this part. Then I told, if it is connected in parallel, it is very easy to understand. So suppose I have two capacitors, C1. Suppose I have two capacitors, C1, C2 in parallel. So in parallel means these two plates should be joined directly and these two plates should be joined directly. Since they are joined directly, this will be just a conductor. Matlab what? Now, if this I say is V1 volt, this will be also V1, this will be also V1, because this is conductor. For conductor, you know, everywhere potential should be constant. Similarly, if I say this is V2, everywhere will be V2. So you can see if the potential difference here is V1 minus V2, here also V1 minus V2, here also V1 minus V2. Matlab, in parallel, potential difference will be same. In parallel, potential difference will be same. So if this is V, this will be also V, this will be also V. But now you can see whatever charge will come will divide here. Some of them will go here during the charging process. Okay, and some of them will go here. Okay, and then what you can do, you can replace this by one capacitor, so that, listen carefully now, when you replace these two by one capacitor, when you connect the same battery, same charge should come from the battery. Same charge means not Q1, not Q2. Same charge means how much charge should come? Q. And therefore here it will be Q minus Q. Okay, and how to calculate capacitance of the equivalent capacitor? Formula was C1 plus C2 if you take two capacitors. So let us continue. What was the last problem we did? Anyone remembers? What was the last problem we did? Question number, how much we did? Fourth one we have done, right? So today we'll start with the, oh no, third one we have done. Today we'll start with the fourth one. Today we'll start with the fifth one, sorry. Look carefully, all of you. Three capacitors of capacitances. First one is 2 picofarad. Second one is 3 picofarad. And third one is 4 picofarad. Are connected in parallel, they told. Parallel means very easy. What is the first part? Find the total capacitance. So in parallel, what is the formula? C1 plus C2 plus C3. In exam, students, you must write formula, okay? If you don't write formula, you will not get answer. So it will be 2 plus 3 plus 4, which will be 9 picofarad. So first part was very easy. Second part, what they are saying? Determine the charge on each capacitor if the combination is connected to 100 volt supply. So what in a diagram, if I show C1, C2, C3 are in parallel now. Parallel like this. And the combination is connected to how much voltage? 100 volt. Right? Now you know that charge will divide. Some charge will come here Q1, some will come here Q2, some will come here Q3. What will be common in all the capacitor? Potential will be common. Right, students? So now they are asking you to find charge on each capacitor. Very, very simple. What is the formula to calculate charge? The formula to calculate charge is C into V. The formula to calculate charge is C into V. So for this capacitor, C1 into V. Why V? Because V will be common. What was the first capacitance? First capacitance was 2 picofarad. Matlab 2 into 10 power minus 12 into, what is the voltage? 100. So it will be 2 into 10 power minus 10 coulomb. Second capacitor will have how much charge? C2 into V. C2 is 3 picofarad into voltage is 100. So it will be 3 into 10 power minus 10 coulomb. Similarly, third capacitor will have how much charge? Q3. C3 into V. Substitute yourself. You will get 4 into 10 power minus 10 coulomb. Okay. So very simple question, right? For this you get 5 marks in board exam. Okay. Right, fast. Let us say somebody has asked you extra question. Let us say, suppose somebody asks you to find total charge coming from here. Total charge flowing through battery. So through battery, if they ask how much charge will flow, then what will be the answer? From battery, how much charge will come? What is the formula? Total charge So total charge coming from battery will be what? Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3. So this is the total charge coming from the battery. That will be 2 plus 3 plus 4. Common will be 10 to the power minus 10. So answer will be 9 into 10 power minus 10 coulomb. Okay. Suppose something extra if I ask, more extra. Okay, so this is the total charge coming from the battery. Okay. By the way, students, to find the total charge, you can also use Cp into V. Cp, matlab you convert all of them into one capacitor. Find the equivalent capacitor, which we have done already, Cp. Then multiply Cp with this voltage. You will get this charge. Remember, no? Q equal to Cp into V. See, Q1 is C1V. Q2 is C2V. Q total charge was, if you remember, Cp into V. So if you multiply Cp with V, then also you will get the same answer. Okay, everybody should try this one. Same question, extra, okay? So the question is, extra question here. So the extra question is, work done by battery. So I am not asking energy stored. So don't use half CV square formula. Work done by battery. Anybody? What is the answer? What will be the work done by battery? In the previous classes already I have explained. No, it is not 100, Sitija. How it is 0? How it is 0? But battery, if battery is not doing work, how the capacitor is getting charged? Yes, yes. Prakriti is correct. Shravani from Carmel is correct. Chetan is correct. See, if battery is not doing work, how will the capacitor get charged? You remember or not? So you can see here, during this whole process, how much charge is flowing through the battery? Q charge is flowing. See, Q charge is flowing from lower potential to higher potential. And when charge flows from lower potential to higher potential, work done is what? Charge into potential difference of the battery. Why we can use this formula directly? Why we don't need to integrate? I told that day, battery's potential is constant. For battery, potential difference is constant. So whatever charge will flow through the battery into the voltage will give you the work done. So charge flowing is 9 into 10 power minus 10. Potential difference of battery is constant 100. So that will be equals to 9 into 10 power minus 8 joules. So please remember this formula to find work done by battery. So whenever they will ask you work done by battery, just calculate first how much charge is flowing. Once you know how much charge flows through the battery, then you multiply the charge with the voltage. Okay. Do as homework, calculate the energy stored in all the capacitor. So the best way to do is, let me do it, no problem. Let me do it. So this is work done by battery. Another extra question let us do. Total energy stored. Total energy stored. So if they ask total energy stored, what you can do? Replace this 3 capacitor by the equivalent capacitor. If you do that, then what I can do? I can remove all of them and I can put one single capacitor, right? Capacitance of that will be Cp. What was the value of Cp, students? I forgot. 9, no? 9 picofarad, right? 2 and 3 and 4. Yes, it was 9 picofarad. So now, whatever energy will be stored in the equivalent capacitor will be the total energy stored. So total energy stored, I can write half Cp voltage square. So half Cp is how much? 9 into 10 power minus 12. Pico, na? Pico means 10 to the power minus 12. Voltage is 100. Square it. Square 100 means 10 to the power 4. So this will be 4.5 into 10 power minus 8 joules. If you notice, before also I have told how 5 is 4.5. Lakshmi, I think by mistake you wrote 8. Okay. So if you remember, before also I have told half of the work done by the battery, half of the work done by the battery will be stored as energy. Remaining half, where it goes, if they ask, the answer was heat. So many of you answered, if you remember that day. Heat. Why? Because during the charging process, current will flow and therefore the wires will get heated. So all these extra questions also, if you keep, okay, by chance, who knows, they may ask in board exam, right? So please make a note, all of you. This is the total energy stored. Should I remove it? Done? Done? Is it done? Everyone? Yes, okay. Now let us see the next question. Question number 6. Good question, this one. They are saying two capacitors have capacitance of 5 microfarad when connected in parallel, they told. Two capacitors they told, no? So let C1 and C2 be the capacitances of the two capacitors. Now they are not telling you the value of C1 and C2, students. They are telling you when it is connected in parallel, the two capacitors have capacitance of 5 microfarad when connected in parallel. So when in parallel, the value they told is 5 microfarad. Okay, microfarad. Now what is the formula for parallel? C1 plus C2 is 5. Equation 1. So this they have given to you. Also they told when and 1.2 microfarad when connected in series. So this is in parallel. When they connect in series, the total capacitance CS we write is how much they are telling? 1.2 microfarad. Okay, now what is the formula for CS? C1 C2 by C1 plus C2. Remember, right? 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2. First take LCM, then take reciprocal. So this is the formula for capacitance in series for two capacitors. That is equals to 1.2. So what we have to do? We have to solve equation 1 and 2. So what we will do first, putting equation 1 in equation 2. So let us substitute this C1 plus C2 here. What will I get? C1 C2 will be equal to C1 by C1 into C2 divided by C1 plus C2. What is C1 plus C2? 5. That will be equal to 1.2. Then cross multiply. C1 C2 will be 6. Right? 5 2s are 10, 0, 1 carry, 5 1s are 5, 6. Equation 3. Now, how to solve after this? See, from here you can find C1. From here you can find C1, then you can substitute here. But students, if you do that, you will get quadratic equation. What will you get? Quadratic equation. It will be, if you are good in solving quadratic equation, very good. But there is a easier way to solve. Okay. So what you know in equation 1, sum of the two capacitors, SUM. And here what do you know? Product. Okay. Now in school you may be taught this formula. Okay. Check here. I can write A minus B whole square equals to A plus B whole square minus 4AB. Everybody knows this formula. Anybody who does not know this formula, raise your hand. Who does not know? So this formula is for a minus b whole square and a plus b whole square formula. Use this formula. It will be easy to solve. Okay. So I know the sum C1 plus C2 I know, C1 into C2 I know. So now what I will do? I will try to use this formula, a minus b whole square formula. Look here carefully. C1 minus C2 whole square. I can write C1 plus C2 whole square minus 4 into C1 C2. Okay. I hope all of you know this formula. Yes or no, students? Yes. Okay. So C1 minus C2 we don't know, whole square. C1 plus C2 I know, right? C1 plus C2 is 5. So 5 square minus 4 into C1 into C2 also I know, 6. Right? So I know C1 plus C2, I substitute 5. I know C1 into C2 is 6. I substitute 6. So then see what I will get. Please keep writing with me. So C1 minus C2 whole square will be equals to, this is 25, this is 24. So C1 minus C2 will be 1. Square root of 1, that will be also 1. Of course, you can take minus 1 also, but let us take 1. So this will be equation 4. Okay, students? So now if you look carefully, we have found two equations. Now, we have found C1 plus C2 was how much? 5. C1 minus C2 is how much? 1. Right? So using these two equations, now we can easily solve. Right? So if you add these two equations, you will get 2C1 equal to 6. C2 minus C2 will cancel. Right? So from here C1 will be 3. But don't forget the unit, microfarad. Everywhere it was microfarad, students. I did not write microfarad because it will be complicated while writing all this formula. So at the end, the answer will come in microfarad. Okay, students. So once you know C1, then you can substitute in equation, any equation you want. So put here, let's say, if you put here, what will you get? C1 is 3 plus C2 equal to 5. So C2 will be 2 microfarad. So this is C2, this is C1. Okay, so I hope everybody understood. Simple question. Make a note quickly. So this formula you try to use. If you don't use this formula, then also you can solve. But you will get quadratic equation. Try it out yourself. Done? Done, everyone? Okay. Let's see the next question. This is a good question, okay? A network of 4 10 microfarad capacitors is connected to 100 volt supply. So let us draw a diagram. Diagram they have given in the question also. So here there is a capacitor. Here there is a capacitor. Here there is a capacitor, and here there is a capacitor, like this. And here they are putting a potential difference of 500 volt. So imagine a battery is here. So this becomes, so you can see what they are asking. Let me read. Is connected. So this is C1, this is C2, this is C3, and this is C4. What are the values of the capacitors? Each one of them are equal, and all are equal to 10 microfarad. So the first question is, determine the equivalent capacitance of the network. Equivalent capacitance. Second question, charge on each capacitor. Okay. So how do we do this? Now first you look carefully. All are done. Very good. Now look carefully here. Can you tell me quickly this capacitor C1, C2 and C3? C1, C2 and C3 are in series or not? They are in series. Very good. Are in series. How to know they are in series? As I told, you go from this terminal to this terminal like this. You can see there is no junction. There is no junction. No junction. Very important. Remember. So when I go from here to here, no junction anywhere. So these three are in series. So how to find total of this? 1 by CS equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. All of them are 10 microfarad. No, should be 1 by 10 plus 1 by 10 plus 1 by 10. So CS will be what? This will be 3 by 10. Ulta you have to do. 10 by 3 microfarad. Right? So once you have found this, what you can do? You can replace. What is the meaning of equivalent? Equivalent means you can replace the capacitors by equivalent capacitor. So these three are in series between this point and this point. So now I can draw a simpler diagram. Look here. So C4 I have not done anything. C4 I have not touched. And this I have replaced by one capacitor between this point and this point, right? Between these 2 points. This is CS. And there is a battery here. How much is the battery's voltage? 500 volt. Okay, so this diagram gets converted to this diagram. That is the important point. See, it may be easy right now. Slowly things will become complicated. Already you know how JEE problems we have solved. Understood? So concentrate in the easy part also. So once I know these three are in series and I find the equivalent, which is how much now? This is 10 by 3 now. And this is 10 microfarad. So once I find the equivalent of these three, I can replace these three by single capacitor. But where will I keep it? Between these 2 points. Why? Because these three are between these 2 points. So now you see my circuit has become simpler. Okay, shall I rub this part? Okay, simple part, this one. Now, once I found this, these two are in what? You can see these two are joined directly, these two are joined directly, right? So, now, total capacitance, total, T here is total, will be parallel means what? This and this. So, CS plus C4. So, CS is 10 by 3 plus 10. So, answer is 3 LCM if I take 40 by 3 microfarad. So, this is the answer for the first part. I hope you understood why I added these two, because these two are in parallel. Concentrate on the easy part, because once MCQ will start, I will not do all these details. Pata 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 I will do. So that time you should not say, sir, nothing I understood, like that. If you concentrate on easy part, later when I do MCQs, easily you will understand. Okay, now we have to find charge on the capacitor. Let us start with this. You can see these two are in parallel. So whatever charge is coming from the battery Q, some of the charge will go here. Let us call that charge Q4. Why Q4? Because this is capacitor C4. So better to call the charge Q4. So here some charge will go Q4. Here some charge will go QS, let us say QS. Okay, students? Now, to find this charge is very easy, because these two are in parallel. Already we have done in the previous question. So charge on the fourth capacitor will be, what is the capacitance? C4. And what voltage is here? Same as this voltage. See, because this and this are in parallel. So voltage will be same, 500. So C4 is 10 microfarad, matlab 10 into 10 power minus 6. Voltage is 500. Right? So this will be equals to 5 into 10 power minus 3 coulomb. You can also write 5 millicoulomb. Milli matlab 10 power minus 3. Okay. So charge on this capacitor I found. Now let us find charge on this capacitor. Done? This part is done? Okay. Please write, students, please write. I'm waiting. Aram se we will do, no worries. But later when I do difficult questions, that time you should understand. Now let us calculate this charge. QS. That will be CS into same voltage. What is the voltage? Same, because these two are in parallel. CS, how much we calculated? 10 by 3 microfarad. Voltage is 500. So this will be 1 by 3 into 10 power minus 3 coulomb. Now, can anybody tell me quickly what will be charge on C1, C2 and C3? What will be charge on C1, C2, C3? Prakruti, 5 by 3 is wrong. Yes, very good. Oh, this is 5 by 3. Sorry. Sorry, Prakriti. I thought you are saying something else. So charge on this will be same as this only. Why? Because this is series. Arey Baba, I told before, na, in series when you keep capacitors, charge everywhere will be same, and it will be same as on equivalent capacitor. In the morning also I revised, no, in the early 10 minutes. So charge here will be same, Q1, Q2, Q3 if I write. Then finally what you can say? Finally you can say, since C1, C2, C3 are in series, therefore Q1, Q2 and Q3 will be same as this charge, which is QS. 5 by 3 into 10 power minus 3 coulomb. Why it will be same as on this? Because it is equivalent in series. So if you have two capacitors in series, how many times I will tell you? If you replace by one capacitor, what I told you, whatever charge comes from here, same charge should come from here also. Artha aita? So whatever charge will be stored here also, in series. So this is equivalent capacitor for these three capacitor in series. So no need to calculate Q1, Q2, Q3 separately. Okay, fine, write fast. Some students who are thinking, sir, can I find Q1 by multiplying C1 with this V? It is completely nonsense. This voltage is between this point, not between this point. This voltage will divide. Here it will divide, here it will divide, here it will divide, because these three are in series. So this voltage you have to find separately. So now they can ask, what is the voltage here? What will you do if they ask voltage here? Q1 by C1, voltage here. Q2 by C2, voltage here. Q3 by C3. Understood? So every time I cannot do many extra questions, but for every question, you can try extra questions also, so that you understand everything in the problem. So last question. Before we do the last question, NCERT, sometimes it does funny things. So now the next question is from NCERT only. But to solve that question, students, we need to know a concept called common potential. So look here. Look carefully. Common potential. Samyak, if you are listening, yesterday one question I had posted. So that question answer will be based on this. Common potential. So look carefully, all of you. Suppose you have two capacitors separate. Okay, capacitance of this C1, capacitance of this C2. Here I apply voltage V1. So it will have charge Q1. This is minus Q1, no need to write. Similarly, if you apply voltage here V2, this will have charge Q2. How to find Q1? Very simple. Q1 will be C1 V1. What will be Q2? C into V. right? Okay. Now, depending on this voltage, right now I don't know, one of them will be larger. They may be equal also, but generally one may be larger, one may be smaller. Now students, what I am going to do, look carefully. After I charge these two capacitors using these two separately, now I will connect these two capacitors in parallel. Okay, listen carefully now. What was the voltage here? Voltage V1. Voltage matlab potential difference. Sometimes to say voltage is easy, right? So here voltage is V1, here voltage is V2, separately VT. Once I connect in parallel, you know voltage must be what? Quickly, in parallel voltage must be same, right? Voltage must be same. So voltage here and here must be same, here and here. That voltage we will write common potential, or you can say common potential difference. So this I want. But how it will have common potential? Because initially this is larger, this is smaller. Yes or no? Initially this is V1 is larger. Here voltage was initially V1. Here voltage initially was V2. So the moment you connect in parallel, nature will say, hey, you are in parallel, voltage has to be same. But how it will be same? Because initially this is larger, this is smaller. Can you quickly tell me how it will be same? Anyone can think? How can voltage? See, I have already discussed this kind of topics before. If you connect one conductor with another conductor with different potential, after connection, they should have same potential. Yes or no? How that will happen? No battery. Rakshita, I'm sorry, there is no battery. Very good. Nitishwar has told correctly. Charges has to flow from higher potential to lower potential. Ananya, it will divide is also not very correct. So how the potential difference will be same is very good, Ankita, through flow of charge. So charge has to flow from one capacitor to other capacitor. So after the charge will flow, this will be Q1 dash. This will be Q2 dash. It cannot be same. No, I have 100 rupees, you have 60 rupees. After we share our money, I cannot have same money. So the charge here will change, charge here will change. C1, C2. So how to find this common potential? That is the question. First you write down these diagrams. Okay. So how to find this common potential? Okay, so very simple. You can replace these two by one capacitor. And what charge is coming from here? What charge is coming from here? Q1 dash plus Q2 dash. No, that is your, let's say Q or Q dash, your wish. Let me write like this. So if I replace these two by one capacitor, then how much charge this plate will have? Because Q1 dash is here, Q2 dash is here. So this plate should have Q1 dash plus Q2 dash. Correct now? So this potential difference I can write, VC I can write for this capacitor, charge divided by capacitance of this. What will be capacitance of this? This is equivalent of these two. These two are in parallel. So in parallel, what is equivalent? C1 plus C2. Okay. So to find voltage here, use the concept which I taught in parallel. So in parallel, how do you write V? Q by Cp. Q was Q1 plus Q2. Only difference is this is Q1 dash, this is Q2 dash. Okay. Now, go back to Q1 and Q2. What was Q1? Initial charge on the first capacitor. Q2, initial charge on the second capacitor. Right? After I put them in parallel, what will happen? Charge will flow from higher potential to lower potential. Till potential difference will be same. Correct now? Okay. Now, I know that Q1 will be different from Q1 dash. I know that. Q2 will be different from Q2 dash. Right? I have rupees 100. You have rupees 40. So once we share our money, I will have rupees 60. you should have rupees how much now? So if I say you have rupees 40, I should have 100. Because total money is conserved. We are not sharing the charge with other capacitor. Only we are sharing. So I know Q1 and Q1 dash will be different. I know that. Q2 and Q2 dash will be different. I know that. But I know one thing, and that is from conservation of charge. From conservation of charge, since only the two capacitors are sharing the charge, Amina, okay, look here, Amina. When I put the first battery, B1, this one was having Q1 charge. Second battery, this one was having Q2 charge. Right, Amina? Okay. After I connect them in parallel, charge has to flow from higher potential to lower potential. Only then potential can be same. Otherwise, how it can be same? One body is hot, one body is cold. If you connect them, then temperature should be same. But how it will be same? Only if heat will flow from higher temperature to lower temperature. So some charge has to flow. So after the charge will flow, how can this capacitor now have Q1? This will be different. Q1 dash. This will be also different. Q2 dash. That I know, right? Romana, Amina, please concentrate. So after you connect them in parallel, charge will flow from higher potential to lower potential. Okay, and then after they share the charge, this charge here will be different. This charge here will be different, no doubt. However, total charge should be same. No, imagine I am one capacitor having some money, 100 rupees. You have some capacitor having 40 rupees. Once we share our money, suppose money is flowing from here to here. So I may be having 80. How much you should have? Rumana, Amina, only both of you tell. How much money you should have? Only both of us are sharing. Other people we are not giving. So if we share the money, if I have 100, you have 40. After I give you 20 rupees, I will have 80 rupees. How much you should have? 60 rupees. So you can see Q1 has changed. Q1 has changed. Q1 dash. Q2 has changed. Q2 dash. But total is how much? 140. Total is how much? 140. So total should not change. Understood now? So total should be same because only these two capacitors are sharing the charges. Other capacitors are not in the problem. So Q1 dash plus Q2 dash must be Q1 plus Q2. Understood? So since I know this now, therefore I can substitute in place of this, I can substitute this. If I substitute, what will I get? Common potential. Q1 plus Q2 by C1 plus C2. Now go back and think, what was the formula for Q1? C1 V1. What was the formula for Q2? C2 V2 by C1 plus C2. Right? Initially, the first capacitor was charged by what voltage? V1. Initially. Excuse me, sir. Both share equal parts or not? What equal parts? Na? They will share the charges. So if I lose 2 coulomb, you will gain 2 coulomb. That's it. That doesn't mean we have to divide equally. See, 100 rupees was there, 40 rupees was there, 60 rupees, here 80 rupees, here 60. That doesn't mean it is equal. It can be equal if capacitance are same. Subhash, if capacitance are same, then it can be equal. I will explain after some time. Okay. So don't think the charges will divide equally. Matlab, this Q1 dash and this Q2 dash need not be equal. That will depend on capacity, na? Yes or no? If capacitance is different, voltage is common, how can charges be same? But if capacitance are equal, voltage is also equal. Voltage, so it has to be equal because it is parallel. So if capacitance are equal, then you can say this and this will have same charge. Then you can say total charge will divide equally. But right now you cannot say because I don't know C1 and C2 are same or not. So write this formula quickly, all of you. Now I'll be asking a question. Try to answer. So look here. When two capacitors initially charged by potential difference V1 and V2 are connected in parallel, then what did we learn? Common potential difference VC is, what is the formula? C1 V1 plus C2 V2 by C1 plus C2. Memorize the formula. Memorize by heart, because derivation you cannot do what every time. So if you have two capacitors which are initially charged by what voltage? V1 and V2. Then after connecting them in parallel, what will be the common voltage? C1 V1 plus C2 V2 by C1 plus C2. C1 V1 plus C2 V2 by C1 plus C2. Memorize the formula. Say 5 times, all of you, right now. Right now you should say this formula 5 times. Okay. So if you told 5 times, very good. Write down this important formula. So once you know this formula, then we can easily solve the next question. So let us see the last question of the numerical exercise. A 600 picofarad capacitor, 600 picofarad, is charged by 200 volt supply. So initially 600 picofarad capacitor is charged by 200 volt supply voltage. It is then disconnected from the supply and is connected to another uncharged capacitor, 600 picofarad capacitor. So another capacitor also 600 picofarad. So C1 is 600 picofarad. C2 is also 600 picofarad. Okay. What was the voltage given to this capacitor? Voltage V1 initially. Voltage given was 200 volt. What was the voltage for the second capacitor? What was the voltage for the second capacitor initially? Initially, okay. Right now they have not connected. Can you tell me? Read the question and tell me. Read the question. They told a 600 picofarad capacitor is charged by 200 volt. So first one is charged by 200 volt. It is disconnected from the supply and is connected to another uncharged, they told. Rakshita, they told uncharged. So if it is uncharged, that means no battery was connected. That means V2 is 0. So 0 means uncharged. It's okay, students. By doing mistakes only, you will learn more. So initially it was uncharged. What they did, they are connecting them in parallel. Question is, how much electrostatic energy is lost? So first what we will do, so let us see. Initial picture is like this. C1 connected to battery, right? V1. C2 is not connected to any battery. So this is the initial picture. This is uncharged. This is charged by 200 volt. Then what they did, this one is disconnected and connected to this in parallel. Like this. So this is the initial system. This is the final system. Then you know, once you connect them in parallel, they will have common potential. Common potential. So let us calculate common potential. That has been asked in NEET exams. So common potential formula is what? C1 V1 plus C2 V2 by C1 plus C2. C1 is 600. Picofarad, no need to write. I will tell you why. Voltage is 200. This is 0. So if this is 0, 0 into C2 will be 0. Divided by 600 plus 600, 1200 picofarad. So you understand, no, why I did not write picofarad. This will be picofarad, this will be picofarad. So picofarad will cancel. So this 00 will cancel with this, 6 2s are 12. So answer will be 100 volt. Yes, Yashashwini, correct. So common potential will be 100 volt. Up to here you write all of you. Up to here you write all of you. Please remember, this was uncharged. So voltage given to this is 0. Again, I am hoping everybody is remembering this formula. There are 3 V's: V, VC, V1, V2. What is V1, V2? Voltage given to the capacitors initially before connection. VC is after connection. After connection, you know they should have same common potential. So after connection, this is the potential difference. Before connection, these are the potential difference. In the question they told for one capacitor it was 200. For other capacitor it was 0. Okay. Now, once you have done, they are asking how much energy is lost. So to find energy lost, what you should do? First find initial energy stored. Initial energy stored. So initially, what is the energy stored? UI, let us write UI. This capacitor will have energy half C1 V1 square. This capacitor will have half C2 V2 square. See, every time V2 may not be 0. That is why I am writing the formula. So half C1. What is C1? C1 is 600 picofarad. So 600 into 10 power minus 12. V1 is 200. So 200 square into 200. Plus this is 0. Why this is 0? Because V2 is 0. So this will give me 2 3s are 6. So 3 2s are 6. 6 2s are 12. 12 into 10 to the power 1, 2, 3, 4. Here minus 12. So minus 8. Right? Minus 8 joules. Oh, minus 6, sorry. Because 2 more zeros are here. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 12 into 10 power minus 6 joules. So this is the initial energy stored. Initial energy stored. 12 into 10 power minus 6 joules. Now calculate final energy stored. Final means after you connect them in parallel. So after connecting them in parallel, this is the diagram. So what will be the final energy stored? Half into C1. What voltage is there? V common square plus half into C2 V common square. Right? So after you connect them in parallel, please understand voltage will be same. So here you can take half common. VC also you can take common. Substitute yourself this one. You will get, okay, let me do it, no problem. So let me write it here. So UF will be half C1 and C2 both are 600. No, so it will be 600 plus 600 picofarad means 10 power minus 12 into VC square. VC was 100, so it will be 100 into 100. So this you solve, you will get 6 into 10 power minus 6 joules. Okay. So we calculated the initial energy stored in the system before connecting. This is the initial system. This is the final system. Okay. So once we calculated the initial energy stored and final energy stored, what we found? Energy lost will be how much? Initial minus final, right? I have 6 rupees. Now I have 2 rupees. So how much money I lost? 6 rupees minus 2 rupees. Initial minus final. So what is the initial energy stored? 12 into 10 power minus 6. Final is 6 into 10 power minus 6. So answer is 12 minus 6 is 6 into 10 power minus 6. Again, if you are thinking this energy which is lost, where it went? This energy which is lost, where it went? So it went into heat. Why it went into heat? I told you charges will flow from higher potential to lower potential. Charges will flow from higher potential to lower potential. During that flow of charge, obviously the wires will get heated. So I think this is a very good question. This year you can expect this question if there is an exam. Okay. So subtract initial energy with final energy. So I think students, we are done with all the numerical exercise. Please practice the home exercise today itself. Tomorrow if you do, after 5 days if you do, 1 month after if you do, no use. Today itself if you do, hints also I have given. So if you try to solve now, formulas you will remember, concepts you will understand more better. Then next thing is uses of capacitor. Venn diagram generator is not there in the syllabus now, so you can remove it. So uses of capacitor, you can see they are used to store charge and energy they are stored. They can be used as potential dividers, which I will be teaching later. It is used in radio circuits also. Radio circuits that you will learn in the chapter alternating current. Okay. So many things you will learn later, but try to memorize for exam purpose at least 2 uses of capacitor. 2 uses. First use to store energy or charge, which can be used in flash in cameras. Then you can also write number 2, you can write in radio circuits. So these 2 applications you memorize. Okay, now before we go to this exam corner and entrance corner, see one concept here, all of you. First write the result. After you write the result and memorize the result, then I will give the proof. Look carefully. If n plates equal area, okay, let me not mention this, okay, later I will mention. If n plates are alternately connected, if n plates are alternately connected, alternately, I will tell you the meaning, then the total capacitance will be, let me write total, will be n minus 1 times C, and C is capacitance of 2 plates, which you can write epsilon naught A by B. So first write the formula, then I will explain. So what is the formula? If you have n plates, okay, plate number 1, plate number 2, plate number 3, like that, many plates, long series is there like that. Now if you join first one and third one and fifth one, after that you join second one and fourth one and sixth one, alternately if you join them, then the total capacitance of the system will be n minus 1 times capacitance of these 2 plates, okay, which is epsilon naught A by B. Let us try to understand why. Did you write? Done, all of you? Please write this kind of results. This will help you to score more marks in your NEET exams. Your NEET exams are not improving. Marks are not improving. So look carefully, even for JEE, okay? So look carefully. I have 1 plate, 2 plate, 3rd plate, 4th plate, 5th plate, like that. So let us take this many plates. 5 plates I will take. Let us number the plates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now what I am doing, I am going to join them alternately. So these are this black lines which I will draw. They will represent wires. So I will join this one with this one with this one. Okay, and then I will join this one with this one. Okay, students. So first, third, and fifth are joined together. Second and fourth are joined together. And here, let us say this is A, this is B. So now, if I put a battery here, question is what will be the equivalent capacitance of this system? So let us try to see. The answer is like this. If you have five plates which are alternately connected, then this system will behave like four capacitors in parallel. If you have five plates like this and they are joined alternately, then they behave like four capacitors in parallel. Why, sir? Listen carefully. See, this plate is connected to one terminal. Let us say higher positive terminal. This is negative terminal. So this is connected to higher terminal. This is connected to lower terminal. So these two will form one capacitor. Yes or no? So let us draw first plate here, second plate here. Right? First plate is connected to terminal A. Yes or no? First plate is connected to terminal A. Second plate is connected to terminal B. Okay. Now see, second and third you see. Second is connected to this terminal. Third is connected to this terminal. So these two will also form a capacitor. Be careful. 1 and 2 will form a capacitor because one plate is higher potential, one plate is lower potential. So they will get charged. Similarly, this plate and this plate also, you can see this is lower potential, this is higher potential. So these two plates will also act like capacitor, which means plate number 2 you have to draw two times. So plate number 2 also forms capacitor with plate number 3. And where is plate number 3 connected? To terminal A. Where is plate number 2 connected? Terminal B. Super. Now see, plate number 3 and plate number 4, they will also form one capacitor, right? So plate number 3 you have to draw one more time. Plate number 3 will form capacitor with plate number 4. Where is plate number 3 connected? Terminal A. Plate number 4, terminal B. So nice, see. Then see these two plates, they will also form capacitor. So plate number 4 also you have to draw. Let me draw this longer. Plate number 4 also you have to draw two times. Because plate number 4 is forming capacitor with 3, plate number 4 is forming capacitor with 5 also. And 5 is connected to A. This was your A, remember. This is your see, so nice. So now you can see how are these four capacitors connected? Quickly tell me, parallel or series? Parallel. Yes or no? So since these four capacitors are in parallel, total capacitance will be, now if this gap is same, D, 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 if this gap is same, if area is same, A like that, then this will have capacitance epsilon naught A by D. This will be epsilon naught A by D, epsilon naught A by D, epsilon naught A by D. So since for all of them will have same capacitance, total will be C plus C plus C plus C. How much? 4C. Understood? And how many plates I used? 5 plates. So when I use 5 plates, it behaves like 4 capacitors in parallel. So if I use n plates, then what will be the answer? N minus 1. See. Okay. So this is something I want all of you to remember. I have given the beautiful explanation also. Now let us go one step more. Let us see how charges are going to be distributed. Who will get, which plate will get how much charge? That also they may ask. Okay. So first you write this. Everybody understood, right? Very simple way I have explained. If you want me to explain again, nothing to explain again, students. There are 5 plates. which are joined alternately. Alternately means what? 1 and 3 and 5, 2 and 4. Then you try to redraw this so that it will look easy. See, here if you see, it is difficult to check it is parallel or series. So you have to simplify the diagram by looking at this plate and this plate will form one capacitor. This plate and this plate will form one capacitor. These two will form one capacitor. These two will form one capacitor because they are alternately connected. Okay, let us see how charges will be distributed. In exam, they may ask, plate number 1 has how much charge? Plate number 3 has how much charge, like that. So let us see. See, if you look at this plus minus, imagine you connect voltage V. And these are in parallel. Now see, C is same, C is same, capacitance is same. And in parallel, voltage also will be same. What is the formula for charge? C into V. Correct, na? So everybody has same capacitance. Everybody is getting same voltage. So charge also should be same. So here, and where will the charges stay? Here. Plus Q, here minus Q, minus Q, plus Q, minus Q, plus Q, minus Q. Right? Which means if you look carefully, plate number 1 will get plus Q charge. So plate number 1 will get plus Q charge. This is the plus Q. Plate number 2 is here also, minus Q, minus Q. So this will form one, plate number 2 will form one capacitor with this, and it will form capacitor with this also. So minus Q, minus Q, minus Q. Similarly, plate number 3 you see. Plate number 3, plus Q, plus Q. So here plus Q. So nice, no? See, I am enjoying this now. I hope you are also enjoying. Oh, this is not visible. Huh? So plus Q, this will be also plus Q. Similarly, I will not write everywhere now. Minus Q, and this will be plus Q. So in exam, in entrance exam, board people will not ask. They may ask you, what is the charge on the first capacitor? Charge on the first total charge, that will be Q. Then what is Q? C into V. What is C? Epsilon naught A by D into voltage. Right? Okay. Charge on the second plate. Total charge I am saying, total. So minus Q, How much will I write? Now? Minus Q. Total charge on this plate. Minus 2Q. Understood? Minus 2Q, which will be minus 2 epsilon naught A by D into V. Because Q is what, students? Q is CV. Similarly, charge on plate number 3 will be how much? Q here. So it will be plus 2Q. So like that, you can find charge on different plates also. Okay? Make a note of this, everyone. I will wait for 2 minutes like that. Okay, done? Yeah. Usually they will not ask about the charge, they will ask about the capacitance. But by chance, if they ask about charge, that also you should be able to answer. Okay, so let us do some questions now. Some interesting questions. Look carefully. Suppose I give you this kind of diagram. It is there in your EPL. One plate here, one plate here, one plate here, one plate here. 4 plates I am giving. And now I am not going to connect alternately. If I connect alternately, you know the answer. What will be the capacitance of this? How many plates are there? 4. So capacitance will be how much? If I connect alternately, 3C, very good. and C will be epsilon naught A by D. But I am not going to connect alternately. I am going to do what the question is saying. So these are the plates. I am going to connect these two. So these two are connected by wire, and I want capacitance between these two terminals, A and B. So between these two terminals, I want the capacitance. You can see it is not alternately connected, right? These two may be alternately connected, but these two are not alternately connected. One is going to higher potential and one is going to lower potential. Which is higher, which is lower, that is not important right now, because you have to find capacitance. So to find the capacitance of this, find total capacitance. 4 plates are there. These two are joined. This is connected to one terminal. This is connected to one terminal. I have to find capacitance between these two terminals. Okay, students. Now look carefully. First thing you should do is number the plates. First you number the plates. So number 1 plate, number 2 plate, number 3 plate, number 4 plate. After you number the plates, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now try to simplify the diagram. So let us see plate number 1 and plate number 2. So plate number 1 is here, plate number 2 is here. Or let me start with this. So this is plate number 2, right? Which is going to which terminal? A terminal, right? So this is terminal A. So from terminal A, you have plate number 2. And here, let's say you have terminal B. This is terminal B. This is plate number 4. Okay, so till now I hope no problem. Till now nothing I have done. I have drawn the two terminals because I want capacitance between these two. This terminal is connected to plate number 2. This terminal is connected to plate number 4. This terminal is connected to plate number 4. Now look carefully. Plate number 2 and plate number 1 will form a capacitor. Right? Yes or no? Now plate number 2 will also form capacitor with plate number 3. So you will have to draw plate number 2 times. Because plate number 2 will form capacitor with plate number 1. Plate number 2 will form capacitor with plate number 3. Answer this question, everyone. Can I say plate number 1 and 3 will also form capacitor? Plate number 1 and plate number 3. Can I say these two also will form capacitor? Suppose I have 2 plates. I have battery. I connect both the plates to same terminal. Will these two form this? Will this be a capacitor? How will be this capacitor? How it will get charged? This is open, na? So answer is no. Very good. So you people are very smart. Very good. So plate number 1 and plate number 3 will not form capacitor, but still you have to connect them. Na? See, they are connected. So 1 and 3 are connected like this. See, with this red color. Then plate number 3, which is from here, no? Plate number 3. Let us draw this way. So this plate number 3 here will also form capacitor with plate number 4. And this plate number 3 is same only, so you can connect these two like this. Right? This plate number 3 and this plate number 3 are same only, right? So one side here, one side here. So all of you understood this diagram? Yes or no? So let me explain again. These are the two terminals. Understood, na? These are the two terminals. So first I draw terminal A, then I draw terminal B here. Terminal A is connected to plate number 2. So plate number 2. Then this plate number 2 forms capacitor with plate number 1. See here. Plate number 2 also forms capacitor with plate number 3. So plate number 2 you have to draw 2 times. And both the plates are connected to A only. Similarly, this plate number 3 is also forming capacitor with 2 and 3. So plate number 3 forms capacitor with 2 and with 4. So plate number 3 forms capacitor with 2 and plate number 3 forms capacitor with 4. So now it is very easy. This is C, this is C, this is C. These two are in what? Parallel. So in parallel, what is the total capacitance? I can replace these two by plate number. This is A, this is B, right? So this C and this C in parallel will be how much? 2C. Not visible, right? Let me write here 2C. And this is C, right? And these two are in what now? Series. So total will be in series. What is the formula? C1 C2 by C1 plus C2. So total will be 2C into C by 2C plus C. So answer will be 2C by 3. That will be the answer. And if they give you the area and this distance, here I assume this distance is same. This D, this D, this D. Then the answer will be 2 by 3 epsilon naught A by D. That will be the answer. So please understand, this will form two capacitors with 1 and 3. This will form two capacitors with 1 and 2 and 4. Okay. One more I will do, and the third one I will give you as homework. 2C square. Yeah, 2C square, but I have to divide by 2C plus C, na 3C. Amina and Nitishwar, I have to divide by 2C plus C will be 3C. Correct, na? Okay. One more I will do, and the other one you will have to try. So look carefully. I will give you 1 minute time to solve. Okay. So 4 plates I have. 1, 2, 3, 4. Equal area and equal distance. Now what I am doing, these two are joined directly, and this is one terminal A. These two are joined directly, and this is one terminal B. So I want find total capacitance between A and B. Between A and B. Please try if anyone can do. It's a smart question. First, what I told. First, number the plates. Plate number 1, plate number 2, plate number 3, plate number 4. Start with some easy questions. Plate number 2 and 3, will this form capacitor? Yes or no? Plate number 2 and plate number 3, will they form capacitor? Plate number 2 and 3. Everybody is busy solving. No, Prakriti, no. Very good. Abhishek, no. Why no? Because these two are connected to same terminal. Navneeta, very right. Chinmaya, very good. So these two are joined to same terminal. No, so how they will form one capacitor? So let us start. Terminal A here, terminal B here. Now, this plate number 1 is connected to terminal A. Plate number 2 is connected to plate terminal B, like this. So these two will form one capacitor. Then plate number 3 is connected to B, right? Plate number 3 is connected to B. Plate number 4 is connected to A. That's it, no students? That's it. Nothing else is there. Huh? Very simple it is. Yeah, nothing else is there. That's it. This is the diagram. So it is very simple. Sorry, I did the easy one. Okay. Another one is there that you have to try now. So plate number 1 and 2 will form capacitor. Why? This is going to one potential. This is going to another potential. So 1 and 2 will form one capacitor. 3 and 4 will form one capacitor. But 2 and 3 cannot form. 1 and 4 cannot form. So this is the answer. So what will be the final result? Total capacitance. C and C in parallel will be 2C. So 2 epsilon naught A by B. Okay, very simple, no? I thought it is little complicated, so I will explain. Write down. Naveen, are you in the class or not? Naveen, Kirti, Shitija. Oh, Shitija has answered Darshna. Let me ask some students whom I know, okay? What was her name? Who you need students? Do you know which student I'm talking about? That girl. I forgot the name only. Not Amina Tejaswini. Nisarga, are you in the class? Some of you are leading in the middle, I can see. Sanjay is there. Okay. Now, the last one is your homework. Okay. Today, after you finish your lunch and all, after you finish mathematics class, biology class, in the evening, 6 o'clock like that, take a bath nicely, open one notebook, pen, write the question and think whatever Pankaj sir explained today, how to solve. Apply that and think and think and think. Whether you get the answer or not is not important, students. But whether you get the answer or not is not important. How much you are thinking to get the answer, that is important, because that will open your nerve cells, which will help you to think better for other questions. Okay, students. So let me give you the last question for today. So plate number 1, plate number 2, plate number 3, plate number 4. These two are joined directly. This is just a wire, okay? And I want between this point and this point. So that is your homework. See you students next class tomorrow. Thank you. But please write the question. Everybody is running so fast, huh? Okay. You must be hungry also. I don't know. So take care, students. Study nicely and improve your marks in entrance. Only getting good marks in board exam, I am not happy. So try to improve your marks in entrance exams also. And keep looking at Google Classroom. I will be sharing things now and then. Okay. So I'll end the meeting. Take care. See you tomorrow.